I know Statman was a little perturbed where Formula One started to crack down on their drivers for cursing. Statman, are you going to be able to get over that, my friend?
This is the craziest story. This is almost as crazy as the Andretti story in IndyCar. They don't put it on live, the microphone stuff that they put on the show, and they've shown the ability to beep out any profanity. Why is this an issue?
But just say it on your radio, and even if it doesn't go to the public, we're still going to fine you $50,000. What? Yeah.
That's how we roll, Freak Nation. So that being said, Ron Capps, Ida Zetterstrom, and Erica Enders, all three of them will join us in the last segment, sharing with us their favorite curse words while in their race car.
And how the NHRA has filtered in some cameras and they have to watch their P's and Q's now too. But NHRA isn't fining.
So there you go, Freak Nation. A big second hour here at the Freaks. And Statman alluded to what we wanted to talk about in this segment. And Richie, you dropped this on us on Sunday and we saw this coming, where earlier or later, the latter part of last week, and the news broke of Michael Andretti getting out of Andretti Andretti Global Motorsport or Autosport.
Well, I think the way that this publication Sportico had announced it on, I believe it was Thursday, was that Michael Andretti was either stepping back or relinquishing. I think that was the word they used, relinquishing his role as the head of Andretti Global. Really, that threw everybody into a tizzy. Like, wait, what? We knew something was brewing. Something was about to change with whether it was the Andretti IndyCar team or one of the teams involved in his global umbrella. We knew changes were coming, but not Michael relinquishing, especially that word. That's key here. Relinquishing his role in his own company, Andretti Global.
So that came out, and then someone that is synonymous with motorsports, Jenna Fryer with Associated Press, who has incredible insight to NASCAR and IndyCar. She was a little butthurt on Twitter, where she said that she may have been lied to prior to this announcement through Andretti and his associations.
Well, yeah. Did he relinquish himself or didn't he?
All right. So Sunday afternoon, Richard dropped this on us, where the story, according to Jenna Fryer with Associated Press, if you're watching us on MAV TV, YouTube, or any of our other social media outlets, you'll see the headline: Michael Andretti tells AP timing was right for a restructuring of Andretti Global. All right, who wants to jump into this thing first? Richie, Crasher, you read it, Statman. We've all read this thing. To summarize in about 15 seconds, Michael Andretti says he's walking away from 4.5, 5 decades of motorsport.
No, you can't say those words either. He's not walking away.
Can I just say that? Let me say this. He's getting out of the business because he's 62 and he wants to get in touch with his family.
Not true.
Crasher, I'm just having a little fun with it. But what do you mean that's not true? He says he's 62 years old, Crasher, and he has 2 twin 10-year-olds, and he wants to go spend some time with the family.
That was part of the article that Jenna Fryer put out on Sunday. She's trying to get to the truth of it, which is admirable because he's not relinquishing his role completely from Andretti Global, something that he built since 2002. And before that, he had a partnership with Barry Green and Jerry Forsythe that I could go down the line. But no, he's not fully relinquishing himself. What Jenna Fryer was able to uncover and to further prove that she was not lied to, just this other publication had jumped the gun, is that Michael Andretti is still going to have an ownership stake in Andretti Global. But he is definitely stepping back, whether that's to be a family man or just to freaking have some time off that he hasn't had in his 62 years of existence. He's stepping back, and Dan Towers is going to be the majority owner, Dan Towers isn't even running the day-to-day. That's spelled out in Jenna Fryer's article. So they are restructuring management, and this is something that they've been planning for a long time now, and it was set to come out a couple of months down the road, and the employees were to be alerted first before it came out in the media. Apparently, the charter agreements in IndyCar were laid out. They were signed. The Andretti charter was signed by Dan Torres on behalf of Michael Andretti, and that's when the publication Sportico, coincidentally owned by Jay Penske, the son of Roger Penske, who owns the IndyCar series, they ran with the story of, Michael's relinquishing himself from the business. No. Cross your T's and dot your I's. Jenna fortunately did so. We have a little bit more clarification as of right now.
Statman, like you said, I think it was last week, you think there's still more to this thing?
I think there's a lot more to this thing. Like I said in our in-house text machine, what I believe is that Torres came into the system. He tried to buy his way onto several other teams. He ended up buying his way into Andretti Global. I think he wants to change. He's an insurance man. He's got Gainbridge as one of his brands, one of his insurance companies. He wants to get into the financial planning. F1 is the place where you do financial planning. I think he came on board thinking that Michael Andretti was going to get onto the grid in Formula One. When that didn't happen, and the money that he bought into the operation was spent, they had a heart-to-heart behind closed doors. And I think Andretti agreed to step aside. That might help them get into Formula One, and Torres gets his what he wants, and that's access to the billionaires in Formula One who may want some financial planning.
Bottom line, Roger Penske is not going to go to Dan Torres for financial planning. I think that's been established.
Now, Swabby, there's a couple of nuggets in there that caught your eye that gave all of us a chuckle in this article.
Yeah, you already mentioned one of which is, and it mentions here that there earlier in the year, there was a little bit of friction between Michael Andretti and Roger Penske, because Michael Andretti was very open in public criticizing Roger Penske and his ownership of IndyCar and his stewardship of the sport and where the direction it was going, which led many to think that maybe Michael Andretti was on the cusp of buying IndyCar, buying into IndyCar, some way, shape, or form with that. So my favorite part of this story is, like you mentioned, Crash, Sportico, the outlet that originally broke this news, is owned by Jay Penske, the son of Roger Penske. And so the great thing about this here is that it's not too hard to connect the dots here, that Roger Penske put this out intentionally. And this was RP's call to throw Michael under the bus and leak this out early. And that is great, because it's more drama for us to talk about. Thank you.
Wow.
Got a minute.
Wow. RP, this is, oh boy. If that is true, this is why you don't own a series and a team and have your son run media. It's far too incestuous. I'm just going to say that.
This wasn't the son that was arrested, was it? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Public urination.
Statman.
Yeah. Public intox and public urination.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Freak Nation.
We all make mistakes.
Yes, we do. We just don't get caught most of the time.
Most of the time we don't, yeah.
So there you go, IndyCar. Now you got about 5.5 months to live up to that until we see our next race for the IndyCar.
Yeah, what a week.
Which, by the way, running the road course in Dallas, around Dallas Cowboy Stadium. Oh, my goodness.
How's that? Sorry, TMS.
Oh,
you couldn't
goodness.
work with them.
All right, AJ Allmendinger, Xfinity Series playoff driver. He joins us next. A little frustrated he is. Hasn't won a race all year, but damn it, he's in the playoffs. And Leah Pruitt. It's all coming up right here. SpeedFreaks Pits and Lucas Oil Studios. And, of course, on MAV TV.
SpeedFreaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
From the labs at Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment is a multifunctional cleaner plus lubricant. For every fill-up of gas or diesel, add one 16-ounce can of Lucas Oil Complete Engine Treatment. One bottle can treat a tank of up to 21 gallons. Its special additives allows a better fuel burn to help increase your miles per gallon. Expect longer engine life, longer oil life, cleaner exhaust, and less fuel consumption. Lucas Oil, it works.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive style. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of SpeedFreaks since 2001.